Good morning, students. How are you? Trust you are good. And how was your holiday? Hope you remember that you are now in third term, and I welcome all of you to third term, a term of success. And remember to stay safe. All right, this is Miss Blessing, Civic Education. Topic is representative democracy. Under representative democracy, we have subtopics: 1. Meaning of democracy, and 2. Features of democracy. Alright, democracy has been discussed in details in our book 1. But here in book 2, we are going to study it again because of its importance. Now, if you are asked, what is the most widely acceptable mode of governance all over the world, what will be your answer? Wow, very simple. Democracy. You can say that democracy is the most widely acceptable mode of governance all over the world. Back to the meaning of democracy. Democracy could be defined as a system of government in which the people exercise their governing power either directly or indirectly. Now, the key point here in any democratic setting is that the people, that is the eligible voters, have the right to say or choose whoever is to rule them. Through what? Through electoral process, and can also equally remove such a one if he is found wanting or could not perform his functions through the same process. Now we have the most popular definition of democracy given by the late American President Abraham Lincoln as government of the people, by the people, and for the people. This means that a government is democratic if it has the support of the citizens and is run by them in their best interests. Government by the people is interpreted as government by the people's representatives. It is also a government by the consent of the people and government by the majority of the people. Now, in its totality, you cannot detach people from democracy, because it is the backbone or pillar on which democracy stands and thrives. There are so many features or characteristics of democracy. Some of them are discussed below. Number 1, we have periodic, free, and fair elections. Here, there should be periodic, free, and fair elections through which people elect their choice leaders and can equally remove them whenever they are not performing. Now, somebody may ask question, Miss Blessing, what is free and fair elections? Alright, listen, a free and fair election refers to one conducted in an atmosphere devoid of harassment, intimidation, and other coercive means in order to bend the will of the voters and according to the constitutional procedure. Now, in this type of election, all election vices are eliminated. The will of majority of voters prevails. Candidates who did not win election are never imposed on the voters in a free and fair election. All right, number 2, here we have supremacy of the Constitution. We have number 2, supremacy of the Constitution. One major feature of democracy is the existence of a constitution. Existence of the Constitution, either written or unwritten. Of course, Constitution guides and controls the actions of the government and the governed. This Constitution is supreme and above any person or interest. Number 3, we have the will of the people. In democracy, the will of the people prevails over and above the will of individuals, groups, or sections. Any democratic government must have the support of the citizens and is there to save their interests. 4. Multi-party system. The existence of many political parties The existence of many political parties in a country is one of the principles of democracy. These political parties compete to ensure that the right people are elected. Number 5, we have tolerance of opposition. Tolerance of opposition. Of course, in a democratic government, organized opposition is allowed to criticize the actions of government. Number 6, independent judiciary. The judiciary should be free from control and influence of the executive. The executive, that is the government, the governor, president, etc., and legislature, the lawmakers. Number 7, freedom of press. The press should be allowed to investigate and criticize the government policies and programs. Wow, these people, they are like the watchdog of society and so should be free to point out loopholes, flaws, and lapses in government policies and also comment and praise the government when they have done well. Now, the citizens should be free to express their views. You are free to express your views as a citizen through the press. Do you understand? Good. Number 8, we have here fundamental human rights. Of course, certain rights of the citizens should be protected and guaranteed by a democratic government. Here, people should enjoy the rights of movement, speech, religion, life, and property, etc. Number 9, rule of law. The law of the land should be respected and obeyed by both governments and the governed. This means that no one should be exempted nor seen to be above the law. All citizens are equal before the law. Do you understand? We proceed. Number 10, political equality. Every citizen in a democratic government is given equal opportunity to vote and to be voted for. Provided they are qualified to participate in the electoral process. You must be qualified before you are allowed to participate in the electoral process. Number 11, separation of powers. Of course, we did separation of powers in second term or first term. Now here, the powers of the 3 organs of government are separated. Of course, you still remember your 3 organs of government. Remember, do not mistaken your organs of government to tiers of government. The organs of government here are the legislature, executive, and the judiciary, and they are both separated, both in functions and in personnel, and with checks and balances. Still remember your checks and balances? They must check each other's in order to avoid excessive use of power. Number 12, accountability of the government to the people. Accountability of the government to the people. Government should be transparent, especially in money spending and other issues of public interest. They should be able to explain to the people how monies are spent and how government policies are implemented. Now, in summary, the government should be responsible, accountable, and responsive to the people that voted them into power. That is the end of our class today. I believe you enjoy it. And we have evaluation. Here, number 1, we have, in your own way, what is democracy? In your own way, what can you say about democracy? I can say that democracy is a government by consent. Do you think that democracy is important? If your answer is yes, why? If it is no, why? Of course, we'll discuss this in details in our next class. See you next time and have a lovely day. Remember to stay safe. Bye.